All right, hey, it's Andrew here at BTO Range in Conroe, Texas, and today we have a little pre-introduction review. Taurus has sent us one of their new GX2 pistols. Um, Today is, what is today? December 30, and we've had it for a little bit, getting around to do this video. If you're seeing the video, it's January the 2nd or later. That's the official introduction date of this pistol is January 2. I've seen it in the January print edition of American Rifleman. Taurus has a full page ad on it, and it's been in, or is coming out there in a few other print media spaces. So the Taurus GX2 9mm, and at first people say, well, I mean, what's the deal? And the entire concept behind this gun is Taurus wanted to introduce a feature-packed gun for a budget price. So, and that's really the big e-haul on this gun is this gun in black MSRP is $309, and in stainless steel MSRP is $329. So realistic gun shop prices are going to be sub 300 for sure. On the black one, probably in that 260, 270-ish range would be my guess in a lot of places. For this gun, it comes with 2 magazines. So I was going to compare it to the G2S series, the older Taurus product, but instead it looks like it's a more direct apples to apples with this gun here, which is the GX4, the GX4 carry. So we'll get into that in just a second, but let's take a look and see what all comes with it. So let's clear it out first. It's a striker-fired semi-automatic double-stack pistol. In the box, the manual, the lock, obligatory paperwork, and we have two. The gun comes with 2 13-round magazines for that sub $300 price tag. So that, or $309 at MSRP. So that is not a bad deal altogether. And of course, the Taurus lifetime warranty that comes with all Taurus products. So there are some differences between this gun and the GX4. So and obviously this GX4 came out of our demo and our rental range fleet. So it's got the Holosun mounted and the light mounted. So let's clear him out too. So let's take a look at the size difference between the GX2 and the GX4 carry. So on this gun, we have this little 3.1-inch barrel on this little gun here. So it's maybe a difficult shot. We'll see what we can do about it. If we hold them up together, you'll see there's about a 1/2 inch difference in length on the slide, and also there's a difference in length on the grip. So the GX4, 15-round magazine, so there's 2 extra rounds. So if you want to think about the difference between say a Glock 17 and a Glock 19 as far as the grip length distance from here to here, it's going to be about the same on the Taurus. Now, interestingly enough, you can take that longer magazine and lock it in. The gun will lock back. The gun will run the GX4 carry magazine. It's just got the gap here. Now, will there be an extension for that? I don't know. I asked the folks at Taurus if there are going to be line extensions on this new GX2, and they said no, at least not for the foreseeable future. So we're not going to see optic cut versions of this gun. We're not going to see different colors on this gun. We're not going to see some various other line extensions that you would normally see, because the purpose of the gun is to maintain that $309 MSRP price point. And the more stuff you add to that, or the more machining steps you add to that, the higher that price point is going to be. So that's kind of why. But be that as it may, the longer mag will definitely fit. So there is, we'll just leave these mags out of them. So there is another big change on the GX4. The takedown on the GX4 is a little slotted screw here. You can use a cartridge case to turn this, to move this to where you could take it apart. got to be smarter than the gun. There we go. And on the new GX2, it has a lever here. So that you can use a cartridge case on this or a tool. There's no need on the GX2. You just rotate that guy down, and then the top half comes off. So when we look at the action of the two guns side by side, you'll see that that is, for all practical purposes, identical. So the same width, same size, and same mechanics. It wouldn't surprise me if you couldn't take that chassis out and drop it into the grip frame. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know that that's the case, and I haven't asked Taurus if that's the case. But if you look at there's a difference in the length of the dust cover, the length of the frame in general. But as far as the metal portion of that, they look, to my somewhat trained eye, to be identical. So, again, I haven't asked Taurus. They may put out something that says I'm full of crap. That wouldn't surprise me either. So, if we take a look at the underside of the slide, we see a lot of similarities here too. Now, this is a Toro version, optic cut version of the GX4 carry. So we have more meat under this slide here for the screw holes for the optic. So you see that the slide here on the GX2 is cut away to lighten that slide a little bit. So that said, it looks like we have the same striker, looks like we have the same end plate, looks like we have the same firing pin safety. So there appears to be a lot of parts carryover between the new GX2 and the existing GX4. Now, obviously, the recoil spring assembly on these two guns is different because of slide length. And we're also a little bit less substantial on this guy. That's the GX2. That's the GX4. So the GX4, aside from length, the GX4 is a little bit more substantial, and I will try to get some information from Taurus. That's the GX2 on your right, and the GX4 carry on the left. The length, again, is because of the difference in the length of the slide, but the diameter is more significant. It looks to me that the GX4 looks a little bit more robust. I'm not 100% happy with that. So we'll see how well that holds up in the long haul. So the barrel, I mean, the barrel has a little couple of flats machined on here that the GX4 barrel kind of has that as well. So we have similar lockup concepts here, and it appears to me that really the only difference between the two, it appears to me the only difference in the two is going to be the length. So it looks to me, and again, we didn't get a whole ton of information from Taurus when we got the pistol for the review. It looks to me like Taurus took their GX4, shortened it up, deleted the back straps. There are no interchangeable back straps on the GX2 gun like there is on the 4. And again, that's a cost-saving issue. They did that. They went with a tool-less takedown lever. And then you still have the thumb safety and the, which you don't have on at least this particular version, the GX4 carry does not have the thumb safety that this GX2 has. Now, that said, on the thumb safety, there's no red indicator. There's no red dot to indicate what's fire, what's safe. So it's typical 1911 stuff. Up is safe, down is fire. So those are really kind of the operational changes that I've discovered between the two guns. We're going to take them out on the range and shoot them and see how well they perform. We know we've shot this one a few times. We're going to put some rounds through this GX2 and see if we can hit the broadside of a barn with it. Although we're on an inside range, so there's really no barn. So give us a second. We're going to put these guns back together. Hopefully the right parts go in the right guns, and then we'll take it out to the range. All right, we're here on the range with the new GX2 from Taurus. We're going to put a few rounds through. I have Tara here. Shoots a whole ton of stuff, mainly Canic, and maybe a few Glocks now and then, right?
Yeah, Canic and Glock.
Canic and Glock. Okay. All right. So this is a Taurus, not a Canic or a Glock, but yes, I'm wearing an HK shirt because I don't have a Taurus shirt. So Taurus, if you're listening, 2X, send it the same place you sent this thing. And we'll wear them in the future for stuff for sure. So you want to go ahead and run a magazine through it, and then we'll talk about what you liked and maybe didn't like about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, there you go. Magazine, gun, good to go.
All right.
What do you think?
All right, so first thoughts, love the stippling. It's aggressive, but not too aggressive. The trigger, I was pleasantly surprised with the trigger. Love the serrations. I love the stippling up here for your thumb, because with these smaller guns, my hands start to slip off. But overall, I think it's pretty decent. I like it.
All right, let me give it a shot.
All right, let's do it.
I'm an M&P guy, so we'll see how that works. I agree with you on the trigger. The trigger, there's a little bit of take up there, but then you hit a nice wall.
Right.
It's a heavy break. It's about 6 pounds, give or take. It's about just by what I'm feeling, but it's a repeatable break, so you can actually do pretty decent work with it, especially for a gun of this size and this price point.
Right.
Now, yes, aftermarket will probably catch up with it, and folks like Galloway or some other folks will probably have a different trigger configuration for this gun. But I think Taurus has a winner here, and it wouldn't surprise me that this gun I haven't heard this from Taurus, but it wouldn't surprise me that we see this take the place of the G2 series, the G2S, G2C, that type of stuff, because we're hitting that same price point, or even a little bit better price point than that, with better lock work in the gun. I think this takedown lever for me is a big advantage over the one that requires either a tool or a cartridge case.
I agree.
So I think that's a big plus for this gun. Some people are going to be bothered by not being able to change the back strap.
Right.
But I think in reality, for most people that have interchangeable backstrap guns, I mean, how many Glocks do we see come in that have the same backstrap that it always had on it? The other backstraps are still in the case, they've never been touched.
Yeah, other than me, probably.
Yeah. So that said, I've got a fairly decent sized hand, and it's not too bad. So I wouldn't really call it a subcompact necessarily, but I think it's going to be a good contender in that G43X-ish at a different price point. There's really not much else in this price point that's going to beat this gun, I don't think. It is significantly better than any of the Sky product or any of that other stuff that's out there. So I think Taurus they're going to sell every last one of them for sure. So good. Hey guys, if you like what we're doing, that's hot. If you like what we're doing, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell. Let us know what you think about it in the comments, and we'll keep on pushing this stuff out for as long as you folks will listen. See you on the next one.